So we'll start our session here with legs over the bolster, arms at the sides. Allow your head to roll side to side. Creating some nice easy movement through the neck. The shoulders relax. Then recenter your head so that the chin is toward the chest. Eyes closed, you're gazing toward the tip of the nose. And release the jaw. Breathing deep so you can fill the sinuses all the way to the crown of the head. And as you exhale through the, again, sound becomes a little more audible for you and the people around you. Trying to work our way down with the breath to push the belly. Inhale breath from the toes, up the legs, fill the belly, fill the ribs, fill the heart, fill the top of the head. Hold that breath in, and then sigh it out. Taking this first couple minutes in your practice to let your body be heavy on the mat, feeling the bones resting on the floor. Release from the let the skin space. The legs, and just wiggle the toes gently to just remind yourself how relaxed you are. Now, I'm going to give you about a minute here as you're focusing on drawing the breath from the toes up to the crown of the head and down from the crown of the head to the toes to create an intention for this practice or attach to a word, a feeling, a mantra of your choice. Using your breath to cultivate that intention, that thought, that feeling, filling yourself up from toes to head. And as you exhale, planting those seeds deeply into your being. Let that thought, that intention, that affirmation become expansive with the breath, filling yourself up completely. And then exhaling out any clutter in your mind, any negative feelings that you might have brought throughout your day. You're letting them go now. You're just going to let everything go. Just be here, right now. Now we'll start moving the body by bringing our feet onto the bolster and bringing the knees together to kiss. Make any little adjustments you need in your hips and in the bolster. The feet are as wide as the bolster. The knees are touching. And allow the thigh bones to sink into the hip sockets. Now, on the next breath in, prepare to move. So fill up completely with the breath. And on the exhale, let the knees float over to the right, emptying all the air out. Not settling in this spot, just letting the gravity do its thing. Then inhale, fill up, and exhale, come all the way through center to the other side, like a big windshield wiper. Let those knees go all the way over to the other side. Once you land there, take another breath in, fill up completely. And then on the exhale, come over through center. The knees will touch for a moment, and then they'll drop over to the first side, the right side. We're going to do that 2 more times. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, let both knees come up. You're gonna feel the bottom knee come up to kiss the top knee, and then the top knee drops down, becomes the bottom knee. Allowing your hips to gently roll side to side. You breathe in, preparing to move. The exhale takes you across and through. The knees touch for a second just to connect, and then one more time over to your left, only when you're ready. Don't let my voice slow you down or speed you up. You want to go with your breath. When you come back to center, preparing to come to the right side again, we're going to hang out here for a while. So you're going to be a little more comfortable on this side now that you've loosened up. So the knees are over to the right. And we're going to slide the right foot more into the center of the bolster. Yeah. And slide that left foot out to the left just a little bit more. So you've got a nice internal and external rotation. Now, let's just let the limbs hang there. Bringing all your attention to the left side of your body. So even turn your head to gaze to your left thumb. Tuck the chin a little bit. Feel that you're reaching both arms out wide, stretching across the chest, but take a deep breath in and fill up the left side of your body. Now, as you exhale out, you'll send your attention from the ribs, the left ribs, to the hips, down the left thigh, to the knee, and try to get that left knee to just stretch away from the hip joint. Put your intention into that freeing the bottom of the rib and the top of the hip. Breathe into that space, feel the ribs expand, then feel them soften as you exhale. Hanging out in this pose for a few more breaths and intensifying it only if today feels like that's something you want to do. On your next exhale, you'll pick up the right foot and place it on the outside of the left thigh. So you might do that for a moment and then just going to check in and feel if that feels right for you on that side today. Maybe you have to adjust the right foot up higher or lower on the left thigh to get it to hook. Check in here because it's definitely going to give you a little more stretch in the lower back, the left side. And if you're happy here, stay here. Otherwise, let's add a little bit more space into the left side. Reach your left arm to the sky. Stretch it up, reach it up. Really lift that shoulder up off the floor. And then making little circles with your hand toward the ceiling. Let your arm bone start dropping into the sockets. And make circles in the other direction too to make sure that the joint's pretty happy in this circling. And then finally, let your arm reach out. And for you, it's going to feel like about, if your head's at 12 o'clock, reach out to about 2 o'clock and stretch those fingers out. So you're going to really reach out so that the fingers land on the floor. You're reaching to the back right corner of the room. Back right corner. Now can you take your hand and spread it? Bring her, spread those fingernails, the knuckles, really stretch. Take one more breath here, feel that expansion from left pinky finger all the way down to the left knee. And exhale, allow the body just to get a little bit heavier, relaxed. Now to come back, I'd like you to just bring your left hand toward the side of your hip and then Take a deep breath in, and this might be a little tender here. Be careful. Lift up your right knee and then bring it to the left knee and let both feet be on the bolster. Both feet on the bolster, knees touch. There you go. Now you're going to wiggle a little bit side to side. Just a little bit of a wiggle to get the pelvis to sink and feel flat. And let's go to the other side. It knows what to expect now. You'll drop the knees over to the left. Take time here. Let it just go before we make any fine-tune adjustments. Let the limbs be heavy. You adjust the feet. Maybe your left foot comes in more or less to the center. It's up to you. Every day is going to be different. Maybe you slide the right foot out to the right more, so you have a little bit more space. So you're going to, again, decide what feels right for you today. Take some breaths here so that the body can soften into this twist of the hips. Shoulders are nice and stable. And as you exhale next time, let your eyes, even though they're closed, gaze toward the right thumb. When you exhale out, you want to bring the awareness from the ribs to the right hip, from the right hip down to the right knee as it's reaching to the front left corner of your mat. And if things are feeling good here, just stay here and enjoy this opening of the back side of your body. But if you'd like a little more, you'll prepare to move with a breath. And then on the exhale, you're going to take that right foot. I'm sorry, left foot on top of the right. There we go. You know what There, check in. Does it feel okay? If it does, stay there. Otherwise, you can slide it back off. Your head is turned to the right. You want to feel you're just tucking the chin down toward the collarbone a wee bit. And now we'll add on even more. Taking the right arm to the sky, stretch it up so the shoulder's off the floor. And then as you make circles with the arm bone, let that bone sink into the shoulder socket. And then reverse the circle. Feel the shoulder blade dropping on the earth. And then finally reach out to the back right corner. That's about 11 o'clock position, 10 o'clock position. So you're opening up the pec, the chest muscles, stretching the fingers wide, and we want to try to glue down those 5 fingernails and knuckles. We make these active stretches and really get a lot of spaciousness instead of just being super heavy and not engaged. Feel energized, energy moving out. Grabbing more energy in, breathing in, pull it in. And every now and then, remember that beautiful HS sound to relax the body. Before we come out of this pose, just take another moment, another breath to tap into your intention for the practice. If you're looking for a little bit more joy in your life, allow the corners of the mouth to literally lift up a little bit so you feel what joy feels like laying here. If you're looking for a little more peace, have a visualization of that peaceful ocean or sunset or sunrise. Whatever feeling or thought or intention that you have chosen, you can create it just by sending all your attention to that, as if it were already so. And now as you're ready to return back to our constructive resting pose, your hand's going to slide closer down toward the side of your torso. You'll take a big breath, and your left knee is going to engage first to pick up toward the right knee, and the knees will touch. Once they touch, bring the feet together. And now on the exhale, open up the knees, let the soles of the feet touch. And we're going to do about 3 or 4 of these. So you're going to take a big breath in and let the belly fill up. Let the feet relax. But when you exhale, press the feet together and squeeze all the air out of the belly and feel the back flatten like you've got a sponge in between your feet. Press it. Then inhale, relax the feet. Let that sponge fill up with breath. Let the belly fill up with breath. Let the knees relax out to the side. And then exhale, engage through the navel, press it to the spine. Feel those inner thigh muscles tighten as you press your feet together, all 10 toes and heels. And then inhale, again, open up, invite air into the belly, invite spaciousness into the body, invite that intention deeper into your being, right into the root chakra, the solar plexus. And then on the exhale, squeeze all the air out, seal that feeling deep, deep, deep into the belly, your center of power. And then inhale, go ahead and open again and relax into this pose. So you're not going to really force any breath here. Let the body be breathing naturally, almost, unconscious breath. And allowing the knees to open up, allowing to release in the kidney meridians, the liver, stomach meridians, opening up all there. This is where we store a lot of our anxiety, our fears, our worries, our concerns, our it's mostly anxiety and fear come into the liver and the kidney meridians. So just open up here, let go. Let the breath bathe you. Let it wash over those areas in your life. Let the HS sound remind your heart that all is good. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. So enjoy a few more breaths here. Feeling the support of the floor, the bolster under your feet, the mat under your back, the building, the community that you have. Everything is working for you in your universe. Now as you're ready to close the knees, take a breath in first, fill up so you can empty out completely, and bringing the knees together. And once they come together, hug the knees to the chest, taking the hands behind the thighs. Let your feet be heavy first, and just gently rock side to side. Just a nice easy rock. With the elbows at your sides, they become little kickstands. So you might decide you're going to hang out on the right side for a while, then the left side. Let your head turn with you. Just feel the fluids of the body. Feel the energy shift from one side, the right side, the masculine side, and let it shift over to the left side, the feminine side. Just balancing the two out. Let's just take a quick little stretch. Slide your right leg over the bolster. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. And then once you do that, you're going to take a deep breath in and hug the knee to the chest and lift your head and shoulders up and give it a squeeze. Good. And then relax your shoulders and head down. Take another breath. And on this next exhale, do the same thing. Bring the nose to the knee. Stay flexed up there and slide the hands up to the calf and reach the heel to the sky. Stretch it up, reach it up. Feel that space between your shoulder blades stretch. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, you're going to be gently pulling the left leg toward you as you lower the shoulders and head. Good. Slide your hands down your knee. Bend your knee. And slide your left leg onto the bolster. Now hug the right knee to the chest. Take the hands behind the thigh first. Let that leg be heavy. On your next exhale, you're going to tug that knee toward your chest as you lift your head and shoulders and squeeze the belly. Good. And then let the shoulders and head relax. Let your arms straighten out. Take another breath in. And on this exhale, do that again. Bend the elbows, bring the knee to the nose, lift the head and shoulders, squeeze, and then stretch the heel up to the sky. Slide your hands up to the knee, to the calf, to the ankle, wherever you can reach today. Holding on and pulling that knee or pulling that straight leg toward you and feeling your shoulder blades stretch apart again. Then hold on to the leg as you lower down, pulling the leg toward your torso, stretching the hamstring, then slide the hands back to the knee joint, bend the knee, release the thigh, and take the legs over the bolster. And just rest there for a second. And we're going to go ahead and bring both feet on the bolster, hug both knees to the chest, lift the head and shoulders and clasp your elbows. Rock gently side to side for a moment. Then take your hands underneath your thighs and rock yourself up and down until you roll up with the legs over the bolster. There you go. And once you're over the bolster, let your arms and your torso and your hands hang over the bolster, chest to the thighs. Relax your shoulders. There you go. Let them relax. Let them be really heavy. Lower back opening up as you breathe. Couple more breaths here. And then we're going to swing our legs over the bolster. And you're going to take that bolster at the head of your mat. open up. I'm going to ask you to take your time and explore ranges and breath and movements, coming forward all the way and then coming back. Now, if you like your head being supported, that's fine. If you want to let your arm be free to float, you can let your arm reach back, palm to the sky, and then bring the arm overhead and start freeing that shoulder joint up. You'll reach your hand toward, right now, to the mirror, and then over to the hip. Palm will turn up, the chest. And then you exhale and you close the circle. I'm going to have you do this several times, and then if you'd like to linger longer in one space, that's right for you. There's going to be some sticky spots. I don't want you to ignore those spots. They're there. I'm going to. You can lift the arm up, take a breath in. Sometimes you might, tissue is going to open up. Come into the center of this bolster more, and you won't feel like you're falling off. There you go. Now let's return ourselves. You're going to bring your left hand to the bolster, and you're going to slide the right hand up, drop the head down so it's less stress on the neck, and then bolsters, you're going to face the back of the room and uncurl your level the spine. Again, you don't want to straighten your arms. You don't want to be in your and everything around so you're side. Your hips really close to the bolster, and you're going to slide your left bolster. Once you're there, put your right leg out straight. Again, only if you want. Great. Now keep reaching that right hand away from your shoulder. Reach it toward your toes. Stretch the neck. And as you inhale, float the hand up to the ceiling. And then make some circles here in one direction. You're going to make those circles and let the arm bone sink into the socket, and finally now you can take that bottom hand and grab the wrist to get a little tug, a gentle tug. Remember, we've got a lot of work to do on the side yet, so easy does it. Now you've got a couple options. You can take your right hand behind your head and flex your spine forward so you're face planting forward into the bolster. Your elbow comes down to the ground and you get a little bit of flexion over the bolster, and you let your ribs soften and sink. Now as you take an inhale, you're going to bring that elbow up and let it come up to the sky and reach back, supporting the head as you open back up. Keeping your hand behind your head just helps you to support the head. And then go ahead and bring that elbow back over the other way. Make sure you're nice and centered in that bolster, because we're going to be doing a little bit of moving here. That's good. Now, let's add some arm circles to this. Let's reach overhead and then reach back to the back right corner of the room. Open up your chest. This is the first time, so easy does it. Then take your hand down toward your foot. And as it comes down, you're going to turn the palm and flip it over, and then reach toward the bike wall, and the whole torso comes forward. Your head drops forward. You're reaching back and around, and once you reach overhead, the palm flips up. So right now we're going clockwise here. I didn't go counterclockwise on the other side, and no, that's always an option. You can spend as much time here as you want, or as little time, because you're going to find that sticky spot. Yes, it's on that side too. Darn it. So you're going to take this time now to floss, to shift, to let the arm reach up to the sky and down, to relax and release. I'm going to give you about another minute to play around with this. So you know what we've done on the first side. Always remember, when we're moving through these areas of uncomfortable space, this is an opportunity to open up to possibilities rather than to criticize the bad shoulder, the bad knee, the bad hip. Oh, I'm so tight. The body always wants to heal itself, and now you're giving opportunity for that to happen with these moves. So after you've completed one more circle, if that's in your game plan here, we're going to bring the right hand back onto the bolster and add on to our twist. So you bring the right hand on the bolster, you slide the left hand to bring you up, let the head hang heavy. Both hands are on the bolster now. You're facing the cupboards. You're going to uncurl your spine so the eyes can gaze up to the sky, and you're just pressing both hands in and pushing your torso away. Nice, that's it. Take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, let your chin tuck under, curl your spine, flex over, a little baby push up toward the bolster. Let the head be heavy. Breathe into your back, and on the exhale, restack your spine again. Just uncurl it like a ribbon. Take a breath and then tuck the chin down and curl forward again. Reeling it back around. The next time you come up and you're in that extension of your spine with rotation, take a breath here, push down more onto the left hand and look over your left shoulder. Let the ear pull back just right. Swing your legs around, your torso around, and let is going to swing around and give yourself a hug. Stack the spine back up. You'll straighten out your inside leg, your left leg, and right. Sit nice and tall. And then pick that foot up. Once again, you're going to pull everything in to get some length. That's it. And then you're going to use your left hand on toward your pelvis. And then look over your shoulders. You pull the knee across the body. Take an inhale as you unwind. Get some length as you turn back to center. And on the exhale, squeeze the belly. Spiral up to the ceiling and eyes gaze over. Do that one more time. Inhale. Instead of sinking, get more space. And then exhale. And you can put a little bend in your back elbow to prop your fingertips in the floor. So that is your kickstand to lift you up so you're not leaning back into it. You're pushing away from the floor. And then you come back to center. Then we're going to sit up tall. Take a breath. Lengthen up and then exhale and fold over. Let your fingers be those spider fingers to keep you propped up, not collapsing over. You're just flexing over. Two more breaths, ladies. Belly tightens. You'll get a deeper stretch as you exhale. Restack your spine. And then shake your legs out. Oh, actually, you know what? I think we're going to keep it this way because we like this. That's right. We started doing this. Face the window. So the bolster is right behind your legs are straight and your hands are behind your head. We're going to sit nice and tall here. Now our spine's pretty loosened up by what we've done. We're going to work our abdominals just a wee bit here. And now what I'm going to ask you to do is just gazing toward your toes. Flex over as you exhale. Squeeze the belly back to the spine. And then inhale. Unravel. Eyes gaze up. And then start rolling back. Over. Inhale. Keep the curve. Inhale, come back. You're gonna come all the way back there, and then you'll take a block and let your head rest underneath on it. I'll get that for you. So you need to scoot up a little. There you go. There. Good. Now, how about those arms? Reach them up. Reach them back. Elbows bend. And let your arms be over the bolster. Get nice and expansive here. We've worked on stretching the tissue there. So really enjoy that opening. You can make some small shifting, settled movements, and maybe you want your arms to be fully supported on the bolster. So just lift your arms up a little bit and reposition as it's comfortable for you, either over the bolster or on the bolster. So you might want to just put them down more on an angle here. Yeah, and that might feel better because you can notice now how your shoulder blades are really back. I think this posture has really helped you, Sharon, a lot more than lengthwise. Now lastly, for the next minute or two, ladies, you might want to just bring your feet flat, bend your knees, and let the knees open up and let the soles of the feet touch. So it's going to give you more arch in your spine, and if that's not feeling right today, go back to straight legs. It's really up to you. You have options in this. You might like the knees together, you might like them apart. Probably give you about a minute or two here. Focusing on the heart opening posture that you're in. Supta Baddha Konasana with the bolster. And once again, let's just visit the intention, affirmation that we planted the seeds of in the beginning of the practice. Being right here on your mat, present with your breath, present with that feeling. Let every exhale permeate deep, deep down into the soul, planting your seeds deeper there, letting the roots really work their way down to the center of your being. And finally, let's straighten our legs out. And as you do that, start bringing your arms to cross over and give yourself a big, generous hug. Crossing over the arm bones, resting your hands on your shoulders. Then reach the arms out wide as you take an inhale. Open up again to receive more of the wonders of the universe. And then exhale, recross the other way, hold it in, hug it in tightly as if you'd hug a loved one. Then finally, as you open your arms up, take your hands behind your head. Support your head as you lift just the head up and tuck the chin and compress into the thyroid. And then bend one knee or both, and you're going to pull yourself up by holding on to one thigh until you roll all the way forward and go into a forward flexion. So we'll just close our practice today rather than going to Shavasana by sitting on your seat with your hands at your knees and eyes remaining closed, drawing your gaze inward. Feeling supported at your roots, sitting bones well anchored, tail pushing out. The navel point in and up, pulling up energy from the earth. Up to the heart lifting up, the crown of the head to the sky. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Let just the eyes bow toward the heart. Taking this last few breaths of the practice to visit gratitude if that wasn't one of your intentions today. Gratitude for being able to move like you can move, to have the time, the space to practice the art of letting go, the art of receiving, the union of breath and body, love and light. Thank you so much for allowing me to be of service today. Have a beautiful and blessed rest of your day. Namaste.